Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the Retro Fantastic Four carded She-Hulk figure. Jennifer Walters here. It's the Fantastic Four version of She-Hulk. So we knew this was coming. We had the Retro Iron Man carded She-Hulk, which made sense. Like, it's a great figure. And we knew there was no way that they weren't going to not do the same figure, but in the Fantastic Four suit, right? We knew it was coming. Lo and behold, we have it here, and it's probably like a little over a year, probably about almost a year and a half, about a year or whatever. I think they got announced at WonderCon, which was in like March 2024. So a little, around a year, and then we have the Fantastic Four version. So this is in stock at BigBadToyStore.com right now. That's where I got mine. So link in the video description below if you're looking to pick up this She-Hulk figure. It is on the beautiful Fantastic Four retro card, which is like huge. It's very tall, and you can see She-Hulk is very tall. Her feet had to kind of go into these bottom portions. They did the same thing with like the Thing figure. Looking at the back of the package here, you could show, you know, we got swap out arms. You can hold the dumbbells, and then you get the swappable head sculpt there. The bio reads, She-Hulk, when the Thing chooses to take a leave of absence from the team, the sensational She-Hulk puts her prodigious? Is that right? Prodigious strength to the test as a member of the Fantastic Four. Prodigious? Yeah, I guess that. Just sounds weird. There's She-Hulk. There's lesson in vocabulary, I guess. There is She-Hulk. Let's go ahead and open it up and let's take a look. Okay, very important lesson here. Make sure to get those grip hands out of the package because they are completely hidden in there. You would not know that they were there unless you were really paying attention. So why they had to cover them up is unfortunate. Like I mean, maybe they could have made some space in some other areas. I don't know, but that's where those grip hands are. Make sure, don't throw this away without taking those out. Okay, so here is She-Hulk out of the package. If you have the previous one, you know exactly what to expect. If you don't have that previous one, I highly recommend that you get that previous one, or you pick up this one because this is a fantastic She-Hulk. Fantastic. I swear to you, that wasn't even on purpose, but it makes sense that this would be a fantastic figure. Fantastic Four. Get it? Get it? Ha 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 ha. I hope I'm not the only one laughing at that because I actually thought that was quite funny. Hopefully you guys laugh too. But anyway, because that was truthfully like not on purpose. But anyway, let's get back to the figure. Really, really good figure. It is fantastic, yes. So I highly recommend this She-Hulk figure. And then it's cool because if you want to round out additional Fantastic Four, you have that option to do so. And it makes sense because the Fantastic Four movie came out not too long ago. So here we have She-Hulk. So she comes with a bunch of accessories. We get two different head sculpts. So we got this one that came on the retro Iron Man figure there. And then we get this new one with the ponytail there. Out of the package, the hair actually came separate in a separate plastic tray. I'm not entirely sure why. I guess they didn't want it to kind of break off because it could be thin and, you know, it could break. So instead of it being a situation where the hair could break, it is a separate piece. So you could just plug it in there and then you could swivel it around as you may need. So that is pretty cool that we get that option there. So I appreciate when they do that. Nice green shading throughout the entirety of the hair, including on the other head sculpt as well. We get two sets of dumbbells in there. And then the hands, again, those hidden grip hands. So we do get grips. So for a left and right grip, we get fists, so a left and right fist. These are the hands that were on the figure out of the package. And then we get the peace sign on the left hand, and we get a thumbs up for the right hand. So those are the extra hands there. So that is She-Hulk. Let's get in for a closer look at this head sculpt, because you know what? It is quite good. Okay, so look at that head sculpt. It is so good. Man, it's just really nice. The digital print on there came out looking really good. Get some shading there in her eyes, like under her eyebrows. Nice deep green for her lips. Nice little facial expression in there, little grin. Looks really, really good. And again, the hair came out looking really, really nice. I'm going to pop this head sculpt off. It's very, very tight. I hate how tight it is. Like it's ridiculously tight. You have to have the strength of a Hulk. I kill myself. This is so bad. It's actually bad. I know nobody's laughing. But then let's pop that head on. Again, this is the same head sculpt that we had gotten previously. And as you could see there, they are the same. The paint applications on there may slightly differ. We get a little bit of a brighter green lipstick on this one. This new one, it's not quite as bright, but it's essentially the same. The shade of green is ever so slightly different as well. As this one reminds me of more of a neon color. The Iron Man Retro Wave, more of a neon color. This one is just more of a bright green color, if that makes sense. Like looking at them side by side, quick look, they're going to look very similar, but again, this one is just a brighter, more neon green in my opinion, whereas this one is a little bit of a dark green, but still pretty bright. And then this Retro Iron Man Wave one, I know people had commented like the kneecaps are a different color. It's because of the different types of plastic. You know, the harder plastic ones, they tend to not match the softer plastic. But on this Fantastic Four Retro She-Hulk, we don't seem to have that issue. They were able to color match that green a little bit better. So there's that. It's still slightly off to the naked eye. You know, through the camera, it looks pretty similar, but looking at it, you could tell there's a little bit of a difference there. The bodies are the exact same, so there's going to be no difference between them whatsoever. It's just, you know, how the paint apps were applied. So this one, we get the Fantastic Four look, obviously, instead of like the purple jumpsuit. So there we go for She-Hulk. Let's go ahead and check out her articulation. Okay, so She-Hulk's articulation. I'm going to use the ponytailed head since that is new, and the other one just going to completely limit how you can move her head. So she can look up that much there. She can look down a little bit there. You could do a full rotation in there. Whoo! And then you could do some pivot because it is on a dumbbell joint. The hair kind of came off there. The shoulder you can get to go straight on out like so. You get a full rotation in there. You have the upper bicep swivel in there. Double jointed pinless elbow gives you that much bend there at the elbow, so that is quite nice. Wrist swivel, and they do hinge. Standard horizontal hinge on all of the hands that she comes with. We've got the diaphragm cut on her, so she could tilt to her left that much there, which is good. She could tilt to her right that much there. She can lean back only a little bit, and then she can come forward hardly anything at all. Hasbro just hasn't quite figured that motion out. You could do a rotation at that diaphragm. Their legs go out that far apart, so she could do the full splits. She can kick forward very far, which is great. Leg goes back tiny bit, almost nothing at all. Upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed pinless knee gives you that much bend at the knee. You do get the mid calf swivel in there. It's almost like full calf. Foot hinges down. You get some hinge up, ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So pretty good articulation, but it is still very lacking in terms of the diaphragm cut and the torso. I'm going to get this out of the way because I know people are going to ask me. They're going to say, well, can you swap the heads? Of course you could swap the heads. It's the same body. So naturally, of course, you're going to be able to swap the heads. But here's going to be the problem. Those greens don't match. Is it close? Yeah, it is. And I think from the camera view, it looks a closer match than it really is. But having it in hand, like, it's not a very good match at all. You could fudge it, sure, but just know that it's not quite a match. Okay, so here is a full-on side-by-side comparison so you can see how they measure up next to each other. Same figure, same body. Of course, they're going to be the same height. Okay, so here is She-Hulk along with the Fantastic Four. And then if we just throw in Ben for the heck of it, we got him there. And then this, just having these figures out right now just reminds me that we could really use some updated Fantastic Four comic figures. Not that these ones are very old, because they're really not. But like, they're pin figures, like the female figure Sue Storm, that thing's atrocious now. Mr. Fantastic's legs are so bad. Thing still holds up, but I would like to get a new set of Fantastic Four comic figures. And my guess is with the release of Dragon Man, which I should have a review any day now, that we may be seeing some future Foundation figures in the near future. I don't know about this year. I don't know if they're on a leak list or not, but I would think future Foundation would be in the works. I would imagine. I'm thinking, yeah. Okay, so just kind of having some fun, you know, trying to showcase, you know, She-Hulk's strength. So the little piece hand, I just kind of rested the dumbbell on there so, you know, she could easily hold these weights with just her fingers even, you know, and kind of flexing there. So something a little fun you could do. Alright guys, that's my review of the retro carded Fantastic Four She-Hulk. Again, I'm very happy to have this. Knew it was coming, so it's not like a real surprise or anything like that, but I think they did a great job giving us this extra head sculpt here. I think in that comic run, she was mostly kind of with her hair down, not the the ponytail look, but this one does look fantastic as well, so it's cool that we got that. The dumbbells are a really nice touch, and then she gets, you know, extra sets of hands, which is really cool. So even though you can't see them from the package, again, those grip hands are in there. Make sure not to toss them, so be careful with that. But I'm happy with this figure. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of it. Hopefully we'll see some more retro carded Fantastic Four figures. I would love to see another round of them, maybe this time in the future Foundation suits. Hopefully we see more. You know, it's not going away because we got She-Hulk. The Doctor Doom figure is getting a reissue. So hopefully, again, we'll see more. I had seen some people say, like, why did they do a She-Hulk figure if She-Hulk wasn't in the cartoon? Well, the retro card backs is just a throwback to the old toy line, but doesn't actually represent any cartoon or animated series or anything like that. In some cases it can, which we saw with some of the Spider-Man figures, sure, but for the most part they are comic figures. But anyway, you guys give me your thoughts down in the comments below on the She-Hulk figure. Again, in stock right now at Big Bad Toy Store if you're looking to pick it up. Link in the video description below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.